The garage at Casterbridge is not only about pre-war cars. There's something special here as well. Because this place is about petrol heads. There's a section dedicated to motorbikes. Next to me is Fred. Fred, welcome to Cliff on Cars.
Thank you, Cliff.
Right next to us is a bike with a sidecar.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of history? I see it's a Harley.
Yes, yeah, it's Harley Davidson. Basically, these bikes, this is a 1943.
43?
But they were used in the war in 1942. They were basically made for the war, and the whole shipment that came in.
All right.
And then you got ones that were civilianized, which is this one here. But yeah, they were. You'll see these things are robust. It's like a earthworking machine. It's very strongly made. You know, for the, like I say, for those years of the wartime.
The war, yeah. So this was built specifically for World War II.
Yeah, they were built for
and then you would get a civilian spec as well, which is this.
What happened was after the war, you know, you got all these military motorcycles, and then people would change them over to civilian as well.
All right.
You know,
So like a Willys Jeep.
yeah,
kind of
that's
thing.
correct.
All
Yeah,
right, okay.
yeah.
And I can see this one has got a furry pet that rides you on the side.
It does, yes. We got
Yeah.
our own in-house what's name cat in the museum.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's just not yet at the moment, but
Okay.
this keeps mice at bay.
Yeah, and I see it's got a park light over here. That's quite interesting as well.
Yeah, which you're right at night.
Yeah.
You can see.
All right. So will you take us in?
Yeah,
And we
sure.
can have a look?
Welcome.
Yeah.
You can come in and see we've got quite a selection here from bicycles, some more bikes with sidecars. We've got an Italian car here in front to complement our motorcycles as well. Yeah, and then we've got, I'll show you inside now, this tribute to Gary Hocking, the picture here.
All right.
We've got a whole display on trophies. He was a very, well-known racer from Zimbabwe days, but he
Okay.
actually went and raced in Isle of Man as well,
All right.
which I can show inside there.
So from Rhodesia days, and he went to race in Isle of Man.
Yeah.
Those years.
Yeah, and then he also got MBE, which is you get like honorary medals and that from the Queen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
as well. You see the inner display on the inside. Yeah,
Oh, the original ones.
the original ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, when I was young, this was a popular bike,
yeah.
or something to
This
this day.
yeah, they were. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
With
before the mountain bikes.
Yes,
and the
yeah.
things
This
came
was
out.
it. Huh?
Yeah,
And obviously, these are front brakes, and the rear brakes are pedal. Right?
yeah, pedal brake. Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Actually, I'm talking nonsense. Sorry, this one has the other brake. The pedal brake was different.
Was
This one's
different?
got the 3 gears at the back. 3
Oh,
speed gearbox.
okay. So, what car is this?
It's a Fiat 850.
Fiat 850.
Yeah.
All right.
Fiat 850 car. They're very cute.
It's restored.
Yeah.
You see the seats inside. And
Yeah, this one was restored. Yes,
Looking
the
beautiful.
owner and restored it to its present.
Okay, let's look over here. This is the Suzuki corner.
No, this is just some of them. Idea, you know, scrambler and a road bike.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's actually just the two different types of on and
all right.
on-road and off-road.
Okay. Is that a Vespa? I see?
Yeah, this is a Vespa. This is quite an early one. It's still a Vespa 90. See, it's still even got its registration from
yeah.
Pretoria, the old, and that's actually what makes a lot of these old vehicles. You know, you look at it and it's still got the early,
Original, yeah.
registrations and some history to them.
It's very difficult to find an original Vespa these days and just see one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Most of them are getting restored, which is
Okay.
sad in a way because I mean, like this is.
It's got the patina. Eh?
Yeah, it's beautiful the way it
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's really.
And it's interesting that they had these colors back then.
Yes, yeah, it is very.
And you would not
interesting.
think so, because most Vestas I've seen are either white or cream white.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they came out in some nice colors. You used to get them in a two-tone as well.
Oh, is it?
As well, yeah.
Okay.
That and Lambrettas.
All right.
Lambrettas are also very popular.
I never heard of Lambrettos.
Yeah, Lambretta was like the Rolls Royce
All
of
right,
them. Yeah.
the scooters.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Before we go too far, this looks beautiful.
Yeah, this is 1950s.
So this is now the 50s.
Yeah, 50s. Yeah,
Okay.
1950s.
Wow. And what brand is this? I see that.
Metrolis.
Metrolis.
Metrolis, yeah.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's a British make. Metrolis started early in the 20s already, 1920s, building motorbikes,
Okay.
and then they went through to late 60s.
All right.
That's basically when they came to.
It looks like comfort was a big thing. I'm looking at the size of the seat.
Yes.
I'm looking
yeah.
at the shock.
Yeah. I can show you a good example if you want.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. This is not an original seat in that, but this gentleman actually bought this bike. Originally, he bought it in the year of manufacture.
Okay.
And if you have a look here, you can see when you refer to comfort. I mean, yeah, they were riding to Plettenberg Bay, or Pietermaritzburg, in Durban, and that was all from Johannesburg.
Yeah.
You know, they done like that, off to Nelspruit, and that's from Johannesburg. So, you know, 2 up on this motorbike is quite something.
It's quite something, to ride that distance.
Let's take today, they ride a GS. And they go to Joburg and they say it was a hard ride.
Yeah.
Whereas those years, yeah, they were riding.
But I've come to realize that things of old are somehow better than the things of new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It is a calmer type thing. Today you get on and they ride to
Yeah,
get there.
yes,
Those
true.
years you rode, you know, you couldn't
And
rush.
today we don't enjoy the journey. We're looking for the destination.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
things differ a lot.
Where
Welcome.
you wanna take us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome in. This is where the most of our motorcycles are. You want to start from
Before
this?
we even go anywhere, that little bike.
Yeah, what happened was the.
we can come this
Yeah,
side.
sure. The Speedway, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Speedway.
This is one where you go sideways.
Yeah, that's yeah. Now
Yeah.
this was the midget bike.
Okay.
So before the races, a child would go around the track to open the day,
Oh, right.
basically,
Okay.
and then you'd have the 500cc singles that they would race.
So this is the big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then basically these 2 bikes actually got a good history. They come from the same track. They
Where's
were
that?
raced in Clarksville.
Oh, that's thing.
And,
oh,
yeah.
were we doing these bikes in South Africa?
You know what? Used to it's no longer.
Okay.
Overseas they do it, but no longer. They tried to revive it at a stage in Natal, but it
It didn't work
take
out.
off. Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought
But
we did
early
that.
years, it was very big in our country.
Is it?
Yeah, they used
Wow.
to race throughout the country.
So these were local bikes.
Yeah, local. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, they were.
And what make are they? Is it again?
JAP.
All right.
Not as in Japanese. It's called JA Prestwich. Was
Okay.
the gentleman that actually made the motors and that.
Okay.
And that's a Villiers. The Villiers motors. The chassis are basically custom built.
Is it?
Yeah, but the motors like.
Also,
that's
so
the-
you would buy the motor, then you could put your own
that's it,
chassis.
yeah. Of these, you could actually buy a complete bike, but like I said, the chassis were custom built.
Okay.
And then using a motor from a supplier.
All right. So this sounds very Afrikaans, isn't it? Is it a local engine? or is it-
Villiers, no, Villiers is British.
Villiers is
Yeah.
British.
What happened in your olden days is you would get a motor manufacturer, so
Yes.
like JP or Villiers, and then you would get a lot of makes that use those motors.
Okay,
So
fine.
you would have, for instance, a Jap motor in what can we think of offhand?
Yeah, we're going back there now with cars.
Yeah.
Where cars are sharing one engine on different
Oh,
brands.
that's correct, yeah.
yeah.
Like that Villiers, that would be in little mopeds.
Okay.
For instance, yeah.
Okay.
A rally or whatever moped
Yeah, all right.
would use those motors. So yeah, a lot of motors coming out of factory, going to other factories that were putting them into.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is the gentleman used to race it.
Okay.
And they made a cafe race out of it. They used to use it on classic racing.
Black Magic. It's called Black Magic.
Yeah,
On the side.
yeah, it's a VSA 650.
Yeah. And look at that. That shield here. Isn't it beautiful?
Aerodynamic.
And I see it's a bit short.
Yeah. With the racing, you know, you make everything short,
shorter.
comfortable
Okay.
for the racing.
All right.
Yeah, you don't have mud guards, so it also makes it look.
Oh, okay,
as if
yeah.
it's
So you're
short.
not covering the back wheels.
Yeah.
The one behind you, looking so beautiful in the yellow.
Yeah, this is actually a home build, a one-off. A gentleman built this. He took a motor from a motorcycle, a Japanese motorcycle, and he built the chassis to look like in the 1920s they had what's the name, oval board track races.
Yes.
And this is a replica he built of that one.
So this is built in South Africa.
Yeah, in Nelspruit.
In Nelspruit.
Yeah.
In our town.
Yeah.
And we don't know about this bike.
Yeah.
So he built the chassis.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this tank.
Yeah, even the tank is home built as well. He even
Yeah.
made the saddle himself. So that's all
Oh,
handmade.
man.
Yeah, no, Joe Tach, he's very good at his hands.
He's still alive today.
Yeah, he works at our local airport. He's works on
Alright.
aircraft.
As an aircraft.
Hence the good handwork.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, look at that. Wow, and this is the filler cap.
Yeah, filler and
So
oil.
it's split the tank in half.
Yeah, the one's oil and the one's petrol.
Wow, man. And I guess that this leather strap is to hide the seam.
No.
No.
No, this keeps it on. Keeps the tank on.
Oh, that keeps the tank on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the tank, you make a tank and then separate it in the middle
Yeah.
and then close it from the bottom.
Okay,
So
fine.
you won't see a seam on the top.
So the seam is sitting on the chassis.
Yeah,
The bottom.
bottom, that's right, yeah. Yeah,
This is beautiful.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
very nice. Something special for our museum.
It is. This is
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. I just hope people get to know more about this bike now that they're going to see it on our channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
No, for sure, I'm sure they will. When they come and visit us, they'll
Then they'll ask
give
about
them
it, yeah.
a rundown as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
Look at that.
These were early, if you want to call it, touring bikes.
Okay.
So where today you ride your GS,
Yes.
those years this would be like a touring bike basically.
Because this has got a big motor.
Yes, yeah. No, it's got a big motor, yeah, for those years. It's a 4-cylinder, a flat 4.
It's a flat four.
Yeah, flat
Okay.
4-cylinder.
Cooling in the front, and yeah, this is a big bike. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1976.
76.
Yeah.
And there's exhaust also from there.
That's an aftermarket
It's an
exhaust,
aftermarket,
yeah.
yeah.
Probably found through the years the exhaust burns
Yeah,
through
I'm
and
seeing
then
Cowley. I'm seeing that.
Yeah. That era, those black Cowley exhausts were very popular.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now standing in a line, if you just get that Pinder, standing in a line, I think these are the kind of bikes that people would recognize from that
That's
era.
correct, yeah. They familiarize it with their youth, their
Yes.
younger days.
Yeah. So these make more sense to people my age.
Yeah.
Because it's-
19, this is basically 1970s.
yeah, because you would see these still in the 80s. You would see them on
That's correct.
TV. You see them on music videos.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, you still see them all along those lines.
I think the one I'm missing is the Triumph. Huh?
Yeah, Triumph, we've got one at the back there, which is
Okay.
a project. But yeah, that's the Triumphs were more the 60s.
Okay.
In the very early years, you had of the 70s, you also still had.
The Triumph.
Yeah.
Okay. If we quickly pin that, just to show how old these bikes are. You still got the fish.
Yeah, you know that one. There's not many people that know.
That actually know what this is, huh?
Yeah.
So this is how you used to look for parts back in the days. You'd get something which looks like a clear sheet with the drawings, and you would actually put it inside into magnify, and you'd search. Yeah.
So that's a olden days computer.
I have no idea what that thing is. I've never seen
You
that
don't
thing.
know?
I've never
Yeah.
seen that thing in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, you
Yeah.
learned something today.
What is it called? A fish?
Fish, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're a
Well,
fish.
basically, if you think of it this way, you're fishing for.
Yeah, you're fishing for,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
You must move the.
So I mean,
yeah.
on a like that plastic there, you'll have about 100 pages.
On that
the
single
that
one, yeah.
one little
Yeah.
plastic sheet.
Wow, man.
Fish.
This corner, we have a Ducati here.
Yeah, 1972 Ducati.
1972 Ducati.
Yeah,
And then at the end over there,
yeah, that's a 1970 Ducati.
1970 Ducati.
Yeah.
Pinder, you need to get pictures of the stuff. I mean, this is just, this is historic.
I'm gonna
Very big stuff.
take photos after.
Afterwards, yeah. And then that one is just beautiful.
You see the stuff I got now recently from a museum that closed down.
Oh.
So they loaded it off for me, but I haven't had time to display it yet.
But it's good because, I mean, yours is a working museum.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you see stuff coming in,
Yeah.
when you see
And
fuel
even our
tanks-
library, we got a library as well.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Yeah. What's hiding over here?
Those are
If you-
jackets from earlier.
Yeah.
From earlier.
This is for the cool guys. You know?
Yeah. All the events I went to.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that one's quite interesting because it's even got Alaman TT badges on and
Okay.
the very old DJ rally
All right.
that they done.
Wow. And it's a good thing because the biking scene is still alive in South Africa.
Yeah,
And it's
very
getting
big,
bigger
yeah.
and bigger.
You know, and on the classic side as well.
Is it?
Yeah, no, classics are growing, and at the same time, the values of classics are going up very
Oh, that's
nicely.
good.
You know, your 1980s motorbikes. I mean, you can take today a CBX Honda,
Yeah.
220,000 rand.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can
No,
buy a
but-
superbike for that.
Yeah, but the superbiking will lose value. With the classic bike, it's investment, and it'll grow about say between 10 and 14% in a year.
So for a guy like me that doesn't ride bikes, it's good to buy classic bikes.
Yeah.
I always say I need to collect wine because I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And then you use it as well.
I'll never get high by one supply. It will gain value.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. You know, it's a good what's the name investment. If you buy right, you must
Okay.
buy right. Don't just go and buy it because there are models that are not worth a lot of money.
Is it?
And then you get certain models that are very valuable.
And what have we got here in this corner?
That is basically just a storage facility.
And whose bike is this?
That's my brother's.
That's your brother's
Yeah.
bike?
Yeah.
Hiding in the box.
So that's a 2000 Honda GTR SP1.
Wow.
Super bike.
And tell me, do you service his bike?
No, he does it himself.
He does it himself?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's both of you, runs in the family?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Okay.
4 brothers and all of us do the motorcycle.
And you all ride, huh?
Yeah.
So he's into modern bikes, super bikes?
No, older ones.
Older ones?
Yeah, he's had this one quite a long time, but he's more into the old, into Velasets and Nortons and those kind of
Okay.
old motorbikes.
Okay. I saw a bike now, which I wanted to have a look at.
Yeah.
And it keeps catching my eye. I didn't see it because it was behind me. Before we go there,
Yeah.
I want to focus here. I'm not a biker. I don't like bikes, but I like Ducatis because they look good like Ferraris.
The Ferrari of motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer Lamborghini over Ferrari, but I think Ferrari looks better than a Lamborghini. So I've always liked Ducatis because of how they look. And looking at these three, I mean, look at this and look at where they come from.
Yeah. That's 1980s.
These are 80s, yeah?
And this is a 2000.
So I remember these 80s Grand Prix, this is what you used to see.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave Peterson
Yes.
used to race for Presto Parcels.
And I don't know why I never got into bikes, because I used to watch Grand Prix, but I never developed an interest.
Yeah. Well, you better start getting ready because the MotoGP season starts.
Is it?
And Brad Binder's riding, our South African. So.
Look, I'm trying to keep up with Formula One right now.
Oh, okay. Shame.
So, what is this?
That's a Ducati 916.
916. What year is this?
That was their very first superbike they brought out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This
And-
must be worth a bit of change now.
Yeah, they're very valuable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're very valuable. But yeah, at that stage as well, I mean, if you take in the late 90s and that design,
Yeah.
that was very modern for that time.
Yes, it was. It still is, even. by
Yeah,
today's
no,
standards.
the lines are aesthetically
It's fresh, yeah.
yeah.
It's fresh. I mean, if you put a bike from 2020 next to this, it's
Yeah.
only here in the front, really, where you would see it because, you know,
Yeah,
it's just
there were the lines in that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just something.
It's still
that
fresh.
It stands out with the modern
it's
type ones.
unbelievable. Now, here's a bike that keeps catching my eye. That's on the
The orange one.
Yeah.
That's a Norton, a Dresda Norton.
A
It
Dresda
was a
Norton.
Dresda, yeah. It was
Dresda.
basically a kit motorbike
Oh, really?
as well, yeah.
Okay. So, South African bike, or you imported it from
Important,
the UK?
yeah. Those are brought in, yeah.
Okay.
Dresda was a company that made the chassis,
Okay.
and Norton supplied the motors.
I actually thought it was a Ducati.
No.
Because of the fuel tank.
Yeah, Ducatis work in a certain way. Your Ducati, they built mopeds,
Okay.
and they built single cylinders, like the one in the corner, that red one.
Yeah,
single.
Yeah.
Then in 1972, that red one there, the twin, was
Yes.
their very first V-twin they brought out.
Okay.
Before that, it was just singles. So from 1972 upwards, they built twins. A lot of people know Ducati as a twin, but they did come out previously, they were singles.
Singles. I
Yeah.
started out as single developed.
That's correct, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. And your passion for bikes, where did it start? Because
Basically, my father, we grew up with classic bikes.
all right.
My father used to ride like I said, the DJ, the Durban Johannesburg
Okay.
Rally, on a 1928 BMW. And yeah,
Wow.
from this size.
So
we
so were you based in KZN or
no,
Loftus?
what's the name? I grew up in the Western Transvaal.
Oh, it Western Transvaal.
Klerksdorp,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
And then in 1996, I came down to the Lowveld.
Wow. And your contribution is just it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a passion. So,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it almost takes over your life.
That's the thing with
Yeah.
everything automation. It takes over your life.
That's right.
Cars and bikes
But
and ships and planes.
Yeah, some people go fishing, other people do the
Shoot.
bike thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
we all got a passion.
Some guys go drinking, some people want to play with their cars.
That's
And
right,
that-
yeah.
That's how it is.
That's
Each
correct,
to his
yeah.
own. But I think I've been here, like I said many times. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a bike guy, but I've come in here. Sometimes I see it's open on the weekends,
Yeah.
and I walk in here and I look at the bikes, and for me it's about the nostalgia because I see bikes which I recognize from when I was young. I see
That's
Ducati, I
correct.
see one which I see on Formula One when I was still a kid, and
Yeah.
it's like wow,
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
And to see them here in the little town
Yeah.
of White River, South
right.
Africa, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And
No, and that's why we basically love what we're doing here is because you're getting people coming back and living the nostalgia, or coming here and then only realizing where the motorcycle history comes from.
Yes.
So it really yes, it gives you a personal pleasure to.
And I think it's something that all the younger generation today who are moving so quickly, because back in the days you would start with the PU50, PU80, work your way up.
Correct, yeah.
Guys are now just going straight into
Bigger
superbikes.
bikes, yeah, and it's very
You know?
dangerous.
Yeah, and I just wish they would come, and walk
Go-
through a place like this,
Yeah, back
and
to
actually
grassroots.
understand back to grassroots and say, okay,
Yeah.
fine, and I want to start at a specific point,
Yeah.
and work my way up,
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It's very necessary.
Yeah, it's the same as the cars. Like, guys now just get a big raise and he buys an M3 and he walks and
Yeah,
drives off the
and
road.
you're actually buying a weapon.
It is a weapon.
Because it's really dangerous if it's not used right.
Yeah, it is a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we are seeing more and more casualties on the superbike scene because
Yeah.
guys are not starting where they should start.
But I also see that the market has switched over a lot to GSs. People seem to be enjoying GSs are so quick.
I'll tell you why GS, from my point of view, roads.
Yeah, and comfort and
Yes,
yeah.
roads. Our roads are not so great anymore.
Yeah.
So if you want to do those long trips, yes, superbike would be great. But once you get off the freeway, you want to take the Panamera, go Panamera routes, go to Sabi, else, you're better off in a GS.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you
No,
hit
it's-
something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
But yeah, it's still got its place, even though it's
it's got its place, and you can
Yeah.
do the gravel.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean GSs. I know many years ago, and I'm sure it's about the same. Every 5 bikes that were sold in South Africa, one was a GS.
Really? As a matter of fact, yesterday, drove into Amazon, guy pulling out in his GS, all kitted out,
Yeah, yeah.
like a Darth Vader helmet, and I looked at
Yes.
my mirror, I was like, that guy's looking so cool.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the market is so big. I mean, the African side of the market is
Yeah.
massive.
It's unbelievable
I mean,
in the past 15 years
Yeah.
how the African people have taken onto bikes.
Bikes,
It's
yeah.
just, it's amazing.
No, it's awesome. I tell you,
Yeah,
because
it's-
it's nice to have the numbers
Yeah,
when
it
it
is.
comes to the motorcycles
Yes.
because it stimulates the industry.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're really passionate about it. I see the whole time.
Yeah,
in the low felt.
everywhere, yeah.
And we've got a massive African club here.
It's
as
unbelievable.
well, and we have a rally once a year at
Okay.
Mbombela Stadium.
Yes.
African
Yes,
rally.
yes.
And I tell you, that is like massive.
I put into Red Star Raceway last year, I think about November.
Yeah.
I pulled in there, I parked my car, and I heard a single bike on the track, right? I got out my car and I saw people walking to the grandstand. I said, okay, let me go see what this is all about because this bike is just hauling,
Yeah.
right? We went there. While I was walking there, the bike was coming in, right? So it was the last lap.
Yeah.
Right? Came in, came through, came to where I was, parked, got off the bike, took off the helmet, African lady.
Yeah.
Zipped. I was like, wow, whoa, wait a
Yeah.
minute. What I heard over there was,
Yeah. No.
welcome to Cliff on Cars and Things. I'm Cliff.